Hey, Alexis Love Beauties and Flawless Man. So I was working on something that just led me to recording this podcast. Y'all know how we have parents. Some words that I look at, I don't know if it's just me, but I kind of see them different. Like, you know how some words you can split up, like boy and friend, girl and friend, pair and rinse. So I was looking at the word parents and I just started thinking about a boatload of things that I wanted to share with you all. Some people may be like, oh my God, what qualifies her to give parenting tips when she don't even have a child yet? You can never tell me how to raise my child. Well, and yes, I was throwing shade because I know parents be like that. But the whole thing is I've been a child and I have parents. So I can speak from the perspective of being raised by an adult. And with the parents, you'll get the perspective of the child because they actually lived through and went through. I believe sometimes parents just look at the overall thing of me taking care of you and, you owe me and different things like that. The thing about a parent is a pair is two. And we know this can only be done by a man and a woman. And so that's two people that come together and they're renting, come on, Jesus, and they're renting a child. So a parent is only temporary. Parents are here for a good time, not a long time. And I'm not talking about that as in giving up the ghost. Sometimes parents outlive children, and that's just could be due to the child's lifestyle. But a parent is temporary. You have up until the age of birth and up until the age of 18. If you train them properly, at 18, they'll be able to go on their own to give them the information that they need. So a parent is two people, a man and a woman, that gets together and they're renting a child. At the point of that child growing older, it was your responsibility to train them in the way they should go. And then the Lord will direct their paths, and in everything that they do, they will never leave nor forsake the Lord. That way you can trust them being an adult. Parents don't trust children being an adult because they don't trust what they taught them. Come on, Jesus. Glory be to God. I feel like some parents don't feel like they trust their child to be on their own because you may not feel confident in what you actually taught them. You get that confidence from God when you ask God to teach you how to be a parent. We are all still children. Even a parent is still a child. You have parents over you. My grandparents are your parents. And then over them, it goes down generation to generation. But our first parent is God. He is the one that created us. He know what we're going to look like. He know the lives that we're going to live. He know the mistakes that we're going to make. Just like parents say, I have eyes in the back of my head. Glory be to God. Well, God has those eyes at the back of his head, the front of his head, just in general. The Lord is watching over us. He's literally, so this parent is watching over all of the parents. And this is our spiritual parent that gives us the information on how to properly train our children. We're only temporarily renting these children. We're supposed to put them in position to go and live a better life. And sometimes we wouldn't say, well, I want you to live better than me, do better than me. We feel like we have to have them to do better than us because it was something that we lacked. Then when parents say things like, well, oh, I don't want you to do this, I don't want you to do that, or it's easier said than lived. A parent trying to teach a 30-year-old something right now, it will be a little difficult to take in because I'm grown and I can make my own decisions. It's easier said than lived. It was easier for you to try to tell me something being 30. Now I have to try to figure this out and shape my mind and even think differently versus when I was living with you. You taught me a whole nother thing. So it's like I'm still going off of what you taught me as a child because that's the way you trained me. Parents are renting. And you don't want to have that mindset of thinking that this person owes you anything. They didn't ask you, hey, pick me when y'all was in there being intimate. They got chosen. Come on, Jesus. That seed, that particular seed that you birthed was chosen to be here. So they don't owe you anything. The only time your child owe you something is if they owe you something. Hey, mom. Hey, dad. Can I borrow $10? At that point, if they're not borrowing anything, then they are a lender. We don't want to put our children in positions to think that they owe us anything because we birthed them and we're taking care of them, because that's what we're supposed to do. You're only renting the children. Be wise. Ask the Lord for the information that you need to train them in the proper way that they should go. Alexis loves you.